Welcome to episode 16 of the weekly Rapp with Vachon and Rapp. I am dead tired.
And I am also tired.
We are tired for different reasons.
Yeah.
We won't talk about the reasons why we're tired, but let's just say one of us had fun and one of us did not. And you can probably guess the one who had fun with the smart ass look on his face. And you can look at the one who didn't have any fun, whose eyes are half open and glossed over like I'm a drunken, angry person. So we'll just leave it at that. So, today we have zero show prep for this show this morning. I literally got up at 9:15 after getting home at 5 a.m. So I've done nothing because I'm a lazy, fat piece of shit who just didn't really care right now.
I
did.
don't.
So, today we're going to recap the week of wrestling and sports. It was another busy week in wrestling for sure. We'll get into that first. WrestleMania was last Sunday. Did you actually watch part 2?
I did.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
I finished watching part 1 after our podcast, and then I saw most of night 2 live, and then I went back and watched what I didn't see.
Okay. So what did you think of WrestleMania overall?
Overall, I give it 3 stars, 2.5 to 3. It was just average. I thought the main event Sunday night was pretty killer. That was the highlight for me anyway. But yeah, overall, it wasn't too excited, and even that match I fell asleep like during, so I had to go back. I had to watch that the next day. Yeah. So, but it was okay. It was just okay.
Yeah,
it was nothing. Like some matches sucked and some were.
Well, I enjoyed night 1 better than night 2.
Yeah.
Because night 1 left you like, and me as a wrestling fan, like, man, this was actually a good wrestling show. Like, wasn't a lot of sports entertainment. It was I thought the show, like, even though they had the rain delay, which half the time I thought was the best part of the whole show because these guys had to go out there and ad lib.
Yeah.
Michael Cole had no idea what he was doing. He was like shitting bricks. It was the greatest thing ever because I fucking hate his stupid ass. We'll get into that later too. I thought night 1 was better, and then I turned on night 2, and it started with the Fiend and Orton, and then I went, this is why I hate them so much, because they build you up to here as a wrestling fan, and then they start the show off with that, and then my interest went right down into the shitter.
Yeah. I mean, like, the best thing about that match was it was only like 5 minutes long.
Do you even call it a match though?
Well, yeah, okay. So, yeah, the wrestling theater.
Well, and apparently our buddy Bruce and Vince were highly involved in that match. Can't imagine that, huh?
Yeah, right.
Fuck. Good Lord. Yeah, it was. I night 1 was better than night 2.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah.
I thought Bianca and Sasha was the best match the whole weekend.
Yeah, it was a good match.
And the triple threat was second, but like we've been talking for a couple months. I wasn't excited for this show because there's nothing to get excited about. It's just I didn't really like the fact that Reigns double pinned them though. That was kind of I don't know. I thought they kind of buried them both a little bit by doing that, but again, what do I know?
Yeah. We just work here.
We do, and sometimes not very well. Okay, so Monday was Raw, and usually the Raw after WrestleMania is really good. However, this Raw really sucked.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, and I didn't see anything like
nothing. Charlotte came back, and I thought looked like absolute shit.
Yeah, that's right. I did flip over. We were texting, and
Barbie goes, "What's wrong with her?" And I was like, I don't know. Like I just didn't think she looked very good.
Yeah.
John disagreed, said she looked great. I was like, no, she looked awful. But I respect his opinion, just like he does with mine, and I with you. I just didn't think she looked good.
Yeah.
Then she comes out, she interferes in the Ripley Oscar match, and great, cool.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is she's just like sad that her fiance is gone now. So
Well, that was his choice.
yeah.
And we'll get into more people that are
Yeah.
gone for really no apparent reason. So
It's someone who wants to come back that nobody else wants to come back.
yeah, that was hilarious. We'll talk about
it's up to 66% now retired.
Is it really good?
I checked this morning.
All right, so we'll get into that. So
Yeah.
we got a text yesterday in our group, and it was what was it like? What wrestler you want to see in 2021? Or
yeah, it was Ryback saying like, "What do you? Where would you want to see me wrestle?" And so it was AEW, NXT, Impact, or retire. And so,
and right now it's 66% say they want him to retire.
And so he put out, he's like, everybody stop clicking on retire. He's like, I got to get back in the ring this year, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, the more you say, hey, everybody don't do something, more people are just going to go vote for it.
Well, the problem is we have a podcast. Everyone has a podcast now. I mean, he goes on his podcast and like fights with everybody and buries everybody.
Yeah.
You can't, like, if you want to get back into business, you can't go on your own podcast and bury people.
Yeah.
Like the spat with Mark Henry, like his spats with other people, like, dude, like you were no good when you were there. So
right.
No one wants to see you come back and do Feed Me More because nobody cared when you did it.
And then come in the ring and hurt somebody.
Yeah, like remember Punk blasted him on that Cabana podcast about how dangerous he was.
Yeah,
and he got all butthurt about that, and Punk was like, "Well, it's the truth." Like, we'll talk about him too because there was a funny meme going around when a certain somebody got released. Did you see that?
I don't think so.
So, all right. So we'll do this now. 10 wrestlers got released on the year, the year anniversary that everybody got released last year. It was the year anniversary, and they did it again this year. They released 10 people so far. Samoa Joe was the top of the list who got released, who was the announcer on WrestleMania, and he's gone 3-4 days later.
Yeah.
Figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand he was injured and he, was, and I get that, but dude, they wasted him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they left him in NXT for too long, and then when he came up, same thing they always do. They didn't really know what to do with him.
No.
But yeah, too bad. Yeah, so it was cool. Yeah, seeing him announce WrestleMania, and I was like, oh, maybe this is what he's going to be doing moving forward. And then I was like, oh no, he's not going to be doing anything moving forward. Not with that company anyway.
No. The Iconics got released. So Sean Spears' wife got released.
Yeah.
We'll see her in AEW in 90 days probably.
Yeah.
But Chelsea Green, who I don't get that one, but
yeah.
She'll be back and she'll be in Impact again, or she'll be in AEW before too long. There's no doubt in my mind. I know the both Iconics got released, like we just said, but they both sucked. Billie Kay was on WrestleMania night 1, then she's gone.
Yeah.
Tucker, who was with Otis and Tucker, he's gone. Mojo Rawley's gone.
Yeah.
Wesley Blake is gone. Mickey James is gone, and Kalisto's gone.
That one hurt, but I really do wish her well in all of her future endeavors, and
her future endeavors is getting dick from Nick Aldis.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I mean, because that's where she'll go to NWA probably.
Yeah.
I mean, her husband's there. I mean, why not? I mean,
yeah, right.
I would, so. And then they said they all have 90-day no complete clauses, I guess, but some asked not to have them, I guess. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But the person that told him that they were getting released was Johnny Ace. And the reason was budget cuts.
Yeah. We just signed this massive deal with
Peacock.
But yeah, budget cuts. Well, it's the same, like, they it was the same thing last year. Well, budget cuts because of the pandemic and stuff like that, and yet they still like made more money last year than they had the previous year. And
previous years. They made more money last year than they made in the last 5 years, I think.
Right.
I mean, they made more money not running live events.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're ever going to run live events again. Not what you and I are used to.
Because I mean, Christ, they were canceling house shows before the pandemic.
They were, because they canceled the Bangor show, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Because of lack of ticket sales, because your product sucks and nobody wants to go.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to pay money for the exact same thing they're going to see
2 days later on Raw.
Right. So,
and then, speaking of Raw, they got a new announce team. Did you see that?
Yeah. And that's all right.
You think so?
Wait. No, Pat McAfee's on SmackDown, right?
Right. So okay. Raw is Adnan Virk from ESPN.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Corey Graves and Byron Saxton.
Yeah. And I like Adnan, but I don't know. I don't know how, but I like the Pat McAfee signing for SmackDown.
So the SmackDown is now Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. So who knows how much Pat McAfee's making, but good for you. Great. If they don't overproduce him and just let him be him, it could be really good. If they overproduce him like they typically do, it's going to be shit. Yeah. Friday night was really good. He did a really good job Friday night, but that was night one. We'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah.
I have high hopes, but they always seem to dash my high hopes when I get high hopes for them. So, but they should have replaced Cole and put somebody else. But Michael Cole, I can't fucking stand him anymore.
Yeah.
He's awful.
Well, yeah, I don't really care for any of them, really, I haven't heard McAfee yet, but I cannot stand Corey Graves. Like, I rather listen to like My Family Burned to Death than listen to Corey Graves talk about anything.
Well, that's a pretty, it's a pretty jacked up statement right there you just made.
Hey, I'm laying down. I'm laying it down. That's the Real Talk Express coming through. So.
Okay. So it looks like they're gonna have possibly Cesaro challenge Rollins for the title on SmackDown, which could be good.
Yeah.
But
which good at WrestleMania. So.
Yeah, I mean, they had one of the better matches. That was enjoyable. He deserves it. He's been there a long time. He's been a good hand for them for, I think, at least 10 years now.
Yeah.
He's been there that long. So we'll see.
He gave away a bunch of free tickets at the Bangor Mall.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he gave I think that's where, no, maybe not. But yeah, he had like I think he gave away like 10 tickets to like some people, and like they saw him at the mall and they were like, "Hey, Cesaro," and he was like, "Here, have some free ticket," and they were like really good floor seats, like so.
That was the main event where the guys were not even from the United States.
Yeah, we were all chanting USA.
And she got on the mic and said, "They're not from America, you idiots." Lana, it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing ever. I died. My dad and I died up in this, like we were dying. It was so funny. He goes, "Did she really just say that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And he's like, "Wait." He goes, "So we have," I said, "Yeah, you have a Bulgarian, you have a Canadian, you have a Mexican, and you have a Swiss." And he's like, "Holy fuck, that's hilarious." I'm like, yeah, it was the funniest thing ever. That was the funniest moment I think I've ever seen at a house show. Like that. And it was done by Lana, who like at the time, they were so over together at the time, and then they fucking pissed it all away. So whatever.
Yeah. I didn't start that chant, I don't believe, but I chant USA in like the majority of the match, just because it's a fun chant. But
my dad, when we used to go to the Spectrum, his I think his cousin Eddie or whatever was across the way, My dad had the whole spectrum chanting Eddie, 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 and there's Eddie across the way, and just like woo, like doing this. Oh, yeah, the whole place was chanting Eddie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah,
people will listen. So, so looks like they're gonna do that on SmackDown. What else is anything else? What else I want to talk about, Russ? Oh, so today is the 21st anniversary of my father and I going to a live SmackDown taping in Philadelphia.
Nice.
The main event of that show was Chris Jericho versus The Rock in a lumberjack match.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the day before was the Raw where Jericho won the title on a fast count with Earl Hebner, and then they changed it.
Yeah.
And then the next night was a SmackDown taping in Philly. We were on TV the entire time because we were on the hard camera side, and we were like 5 rows back up, but you could see us the entire time. Those are the best seats I've ever had at a show.
Yeah, I bet.
Kane came out, like you could feel the pyro, like it was, and I was like, holy shit, like this is great. So, Triple H fought ECW champion Taz in the show, and Tommy Dreamer made a run in.
They're in Philly. They had to do.
And then that weekend was when Taz dropped the title to Dreamer at the ECW arena, and then Dreamer immediately dropped it to Just Incredible. Little wrestling history knowledge for you fucks on a Sunday morning.
Where were you 21 years ago?
I was in Philly. Yeah. Oh, because what happened was my grandfather died the week before.
Yeah.
And we're down there for the funeral, and that was I've never been to a funeral where so many people put some guy on a pedestal that was a complete fucking asshole to everybody. I didn't cry once. Like I was a senior in high school. I looked just the same as I did then, except I just had this. I didn't have anything else. Shaved head, everything else.
Yeah.
I just was like looking at all these people going, man, like he was a dick. Like I don't understand what I'm fucking crying for. He was a dick. You guys never did anything for him. Like okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's make this about you. No problem. So we were we stayed for 2 weeks because the week before it was the week, and then April vacation was the following week. So we just stayed.
Yeah.
So we were watching Raw on Monday, and a thing came across that said SmackDown's in Philly on that Tuesday for a taping, on like a local ad. And I looked at my dad. I'm like, "Can we go? Can we go?" So his buddy was a ticket agent, and I think still is down there. He called him. We had tickets at Will Call. We walked up, and they were the best seats we've ever had, and we about shit our pants when we got in there because we had no idea where we were sitting. So
right.
Yeah, and this kid, his son was there, what I think his girlfriend, and he was trained to be a wrestler. But I don't know if he ever became of anything. But yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my vacation. Yeah. Grandfather dies, and then we go to SmackDown a week later. It was great. So yeah, I'll never forget. We had the funeral, then we had a get together at my grandparents' house. And my dad left and didn't stay. I'm like, "I go with you." He goes, "No, you need to stay." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." Yeah. Everyone's drinking the box wine that you get at Walmart for like $3 and reminiscing about stories and stuff. And I'm just like, "Yeah, this is a train wreck." Like, so, and this is on my mom's side. So
I got you.
Because there's there's my mom, and she has 5 brothers and sisters, so there's 6 kids total, and there's my cousins are running around who to this day, and on April 18th, 2021, I could not pick out any of them out of a lineup. Like I have no relationship with these people, so
no shit.
Yeah, I have a cousin who's a year younger than me, who I think is still in the nut house. I think. Yeah. He got in a really bad car accident and got a really bad concussion and has never been the same since.
Yeah.
And their dad died when they were young. Well, not young, but their dad died on the subway going home from work. He had a heart attack and died.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was a dick anyway, so it doesn't really matter. when my father's nickname for him is Rich Cranium, which is AKA Dickhead. Like, I mean, come on. So he was funny. So he had two personalities, right? He had his work personality and he had his home personality.
Yeah.
His work personality, they all knew him as like Richard or whatever. And then at home, his name was Don. At work, he was a nice guy. At home, he was a dickhead.
Weird.
Yeah.
You figured it'd be the other way around, but
no, people loved him at work. He was beloved. I don't remember. I don't know what the fuck he did. He was beloved, and then at home he was a fucking cocksucker. So beat his wife, beat his kids, drank like a fish. Like he was a dick.
Yeah.
I was a freshman or sophomore in high school. And we were down there. I think during one of the April vacation, we would go down just to go down. Well, I was playing basketball, and I wasn't a bad basketball player. I mean, I was decent. I knew how to play defense. I knew how to, look, I was a scrapper. I wasn't very tall. I was skinnier than I am now. So he was kind of talking shit. And I was like, dude, I'd kill you one-on-one. Like, you wouldn't stand a chance. Like, he's like, no. So we played one-on-one. I beat him 11-0. He ran home like a sissy and cried the whole time to his wife because he was so pissed off that I killed him. Like, literally. He didn't score. Like, I destroyed him and he was so mad.
Yeah.
So that's my fondest memory of him. He was talking shit about how good he was, and I shut him up.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But those are So sorry for family time here on the podcast. Just it's kind of all rolled into one. So
we're a family show.
No, we're not. NXT was Tuesday on a new night. Did you watch NXT on Tuesday?
No, I didn't.
Okay. It was whatever. Decent show. Like, they're setting up. I think they're still going to do Cole and O'Reilly still. I think even after the unsanctioned match, which is fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Karrion Kross, they really didn't. He came out and talked, but they really didn't set up his next opponent. Whatever. It is what it is.
Did you see what they did for numbers?
Nah, 800,000, I think.
Yeah.
I think 800,000 or something like that. So it's not.
Yeah, a little bit of
what they were.
Yeah.
And then AEW ran Wednesday a tape show, and they did 1.2.
1.2. Something. Yeah, it was like 1.2 something.
Yeah, and that was a tape show, folks. That wasn't live. That was a tape show. So, but I mean, there's a lot on that show. Like, Tyson was on that show. Yeah. Jericho fought Cash, right? Cash or
Cash? I think it was Cash.
Cash. And then Matt Hardy fought Darby Allin on the show, and a train wreck of a match. It went all over the place.
But that was that was their first one
unopposed.
Unopposed, and that was the highest ratings. I think they've gotten any episode. So
if not, it was pretty close because they pulled a couple close, but it'd be interesting to see what happens this week, how they do, because this is an actual live show this week. So but what's good about them, even their live show, their tape shows, I never see the results because no one ever has them. Which means no one's talking to anything, which is great. So even a tape show I'll watch because I don't know the results. If I knew the results on their tape show, I wouldn't watch it. And that's just me, because that's just what I mean. When I won't watch it. Like when SmackDown would be taped, I wouldn't watch it. I'd read the results Tuesday and then be like, I don't want to watch anything, so I won't watch it. No, AEW I think is hitting their stride. The Blood and Guts show is in a couple weeks in Jacksonville, in the double cage, which, again, how are they going to fit that in Daly's place because it's so small?
Yeah, no idea. Yeah, they're gonna sacrifice seats for.
Yeah, unless they take out the whole floor.
Yeah,
and then put it this way, right? That's going to be hard to shoot.
Yeah,
that place is tiny.
Yeah.
But is it too soon for the Blood and Guts match though?
No, I don't think so. I think it's fine. It was originally supposed to be over a year ago, so
it was.
But Yeah, I think I think they got to do something. So it'll be exciting. So
Right. Instead of blood and guts last year, we got the Stadium Stampede, your favorite
yeah,
match of all
well,
time.
top 10. So I love that match.
Okay, it's cool. It's fine. So we'll move on from that. Did you see Jake Paul beat Ben Askren?
I did, yeah, in like the first round.
Did he even punch him?
I didn't see any of the clips. I woke up to check to see who would won.
I didn't
Yeah.
think he hit him, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of like in even in like MMA, there was like a Jeremy Stevens like push somebody.
Yeah, and the guy did fraction. Yeah, he couldn't. I was like, what?
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, I got numbness in my arm. My doctor said I can't." And so, I saw something that was like, I forget what the fighter's name was, but it was like, yeah, he's out of the match now after contracting PMS or like something like that. So
Just take your Midol, dude. You'll be fine.
yeah, so yeah, that was kind of fucked up. It's the first like knockout in a you know press conference or weigh-in, whatever. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Limitless ran a show Friday
Yeah.
in Yarmouth.
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia beat Lee Moriarty and he
Yeah.
kept the belt, I
Yeah. I
guess.
figured Garcia would win.
And then they have a show coming up. Breaking news. Eagles opt out of OTA workouts. The Eagles players will not be attending in-person voluntary workouts this offseason.
Perfect.
That's what a lot of teams are doing. That's what a lot of teams are doing, apparently.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get COVID, but yet you played all year okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Makes all the sense in the world. So
yeah.
So go back to Punk and Joe had a thing on Twitter. Punk posted a GIF of Dave Chappelle kicking a couch with dirt on it.
Yeah. I think you sent me that.
And then Joe replies, "They really should have never gave me money." And Punk replies, "They fucking paid us." And it was just classic. So they're teasing a match with them two at some point, and it's gonna happen. I think. People have been clamoring for Punk to come back for
since he left.
Everything that I've read that Joe could possibly going back to TNA at Slammiversary in July. Cool, great. I want to see Joe in AEW more than anything else. But again, Tony Khan's a bad booker, so they wouldn't know what to do with him there either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in order to get Joe over, you bring him in as a monster fucking heel and fucking murder people. Well, they've tried to do that with certain people and it didn't work. They brought Brody in and it worked, and then he died. It worked to a certain extent, and then he died.
Yeah.
They brought in Archer, and his name is the Murder Hawk Monster or whatever the fuck it is, and he hasn't murdered anybody.
No.
So,
well, there was a few people in that like backyard wrestling ring, like those vignettes.
You know that was on Darby Allin's property at his house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, they filmed all that at Darby Allin's place in like Atlanta.
Yeah. Huh. Man.
Like he's that dude is nuts. So
yeah.
But I mean, they'll fuck it up if they bring him in. Because they don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
I
can't wait for Pro Wrestling Tees to start selling the Samoa Joe white towels. So it'll be the number one seller. They'll just steal a bunch of like towels from like the Holiday Inn or whatever and sell them. But yeah.
Or Joe's gonna kill you, that shirt, because I used to have that TNA shirt.
Yeah. Nice.
It was brown. It was shit brown. Had like his eyes on the back. It said Joe's gonna kill you or something like that. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was back when Joe was an absolute monster, though. And was wrestling for ROH and TNA. So
Yeah.
when Joe Punk would have those epic matches in 2004.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, 2004, man. They had 3 epic. They had 2 60-minute draws, and then they had a third match that went like a half hour. And those put in reality, those put them on the map because Joe signed with TNA, and then Punk signed with the WWE.
Yep. Right.
Even though they both should have been signed beforehand, but that's my opinion. So, I mean, go back and look at the early stuff. Like early ROH was is like from 02 to probably 07, 08-ish. ROH was on fire, and people had no idea what they were. I miss good wrestling.
Yeah. Speaking of good wrestling, the Broken Skull podcast, Jericho and Stone Cold went like 3 hours.
It was over 2 hours, and it was 2 hours and change, and then they keep releasing bonus stuff online. Like, did you see the bonus clip of him talking about Haku?
I don't think I
didn't. A bonus clip of them he's talking about Haku, how they got into a fight in an airport.
Austin and Haku or Jericho? Really?
Something, yeah. I haven't watched. I saw it. I didn't click on it yet. So
why would anybody fuck with Haku?
I don't know. I don't know. But that was that made the weekend for WrestleMania for me. That was better than WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And he talked about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have went on for 2 more hours and talked about more stuff.
Well, right, and then he did another hour on Jericho's podcast,
which was really good.
Yeah. So that was I loved both of those. Same, that was my favorite thing to come out of last weekend were those 2 interviews. So,
but the best part was how they're taking shots and Jericho's drinking fucking Grey Goose vodka.
Well, and then he said he like he just kind of like woke up in the hotel, basically.
Yeah.
How he got.
How did you get back to the hotel last night? I don't know.
Yeah.
If Chris Jericho wakes up in his hotel room and doesn't know how he gets there, and we do that, we're just like, and he's like, I'm Chris Jericho. I don't know how I did that. Like,
yeah.
But no, they hit on everything. They talked about just about everything. He pushed AEW hard, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He pushed New Japan too.
Yep. Yeah. Well, he was so respectful of like everybody, like which I figured he would be, but he just I thought it was really, really cool. And I think it's awesome that he wrote down every match. Like I knew he had this book coming out, but I was like, I didn't realize that he like religiously after every match wrote down, like kept a journal of everything. I can't wait to read that book. But
that comes out in June, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the highlight of the weekend for me. Other than the fact Moxley fought Barnett and then Moxley challenged Nick Gage. So there's a preview. So Dark Side of the Ring premieres in May. We talked about this last week. There's a clip out online that I haven't clicked on yet where John Moxley talks about when he first fought Nick Gage. Nick Gage took a pizza slicer and did this to Moxley. And then sliced up his forehead.
Oh, fucking A, man. That's too much.
Yeah.
This is too much for me.
Their match, whenever they have it, is going to be too much.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be way too much.
Yeah.
I won't watch it live. I'll, see highlights and I'll, see GIFs of it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
They're both crazy. Nick Gage, the backstory on Nick Gage went to federal prison for robbing a bank.
Yeah.
Back in 2010, he was wrestling for CZW in Philly-ish area, and he robbed a bank in Collingswood, New Jersey, near my old hometown. And wrestling fans figured out who it was, and they're like, "Oh, that's Nick Gage," and the feds arrested him and threw him in federal prison. True story.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
He was all fucked up on drugs and was looking for money and robbed the bank around Christmas time in 2010 or 2009, I think, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that Dark Side of the Ring with him is going to be a absolute shit show for 45 minutes. I'm going to cringe the whole time, probably.
Yeah, it'll still be like, it'll
be just as bad as the New Jack one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Where I fast forwarded through parts or just close my eyes like a fucking girl because I'm too scared to watch it.
And it's like, for me, it's like I'm looking forward to the Pillman one the most. That's gonna be
the Pillman one's gonna be really good, and I think the Collision in Korea is gonna be underrated.
Yeah.
Because people forget how big that show was back in the day.
Yeah,
that was a huge thing back then for them to do that for 2 days.
Yeah.
And that was early. That was like 94, 93, 94. It was it was early. It was early Bischoff regime, I think. So, the Warrior one,
they pulled it off. Like,
I can't either. Like, the Warrior episode is going to be interesting. For sure. The Grizzly Smith family, like Jake and all that's going to be. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
And then Dynamite Kid.
Yep.
And then that wraps up, season 3, part 1, and then there's gonna be a part 2. It's probably in the fall. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting for sure. Yep. But yeah, sliced it like that.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind if you like cut up my arm or something, but when you cut up my mouth, I need that to talk with. That's gonna hurt.
And you gash my forehead.
Yeah. God damn, man.
So tonight on A&E is the debut of the WWE biography series on A&E.
Yeah.
Stone Cold is tonight at 8.
Yep.
Before Stone Cold, I think they're having the Andre the Giant documentary they did on before, and then after Stone Cold, it's going to be WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, I guess, and that show is an hour long.
Yeah. That's good. It's gonna be beat off a clock for
me.
For me too.
I'll be in my man cave beating off with all my toys watching that show.
Yeah.
So
well, it's like, holy fuck, I think Conrad should have his own like web series too of like all his shit that he's
I think he does on the ad-free shows. I think he does, but I'm not paying for ad-free shows.
Yeah, right.
I can't listen to the podcast I download subscribe to now. Like,
yeah,
I don't, I have Bischoffs, I have both Cornettes. I got Something to Wrestle. I have Jericho, Austin, even though Austin doesn't do any new ones anymore.
Yeah.
I have the Scott Van Pelt one because I like him. There's an Eagles podcast that I have. Like, I can't listen to the shit I have now.
Yeah.
I have an ESPN Fantasy Focus podcast that I downloaded and never listened to yet because I just don't have time.
Yeah.
But
we're 2 weeks out from the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Speaking of fantasy sports, but
yeah. Have you seen the week Steph Curry's had? If you want to talk about fucking fantasy.
Yeah.
He's hit 44 threes in 5 games.
Yeah. And did you see the 3 he hit last night?
Yeah. He got fouled and made it left-handed and banked it in.
He just fucking like threw it. Yeah.
Like, people are gonna get pissed off at me. Whatever. He's the best shooter I've ever seen.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I mean, well, him and Clay, when Clay was healthy, that's the best shooting backcourt I've ever seen.
Oh, hands down. And people will bitch and say, "Well, blah, blah, blah." He is the best shooter I've ever seen in my life. And we've grown up and seen a lot of different people that can shoot. Yeah. Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, but Steph Curry is without a doubt the best shooter I've ever seen and probably will see. I don't see people going to be doing what he's doing. Like, he dropped 44 last night, hit 11 threes, and they lost.
Yeah.
And granted, their team's not that good anyway, but I mean, really, like, man, when you're pulling up from the hash mark on a consistent daily basis and you're hitting 3, like,
Yeah.
When you practice that shit, like, and you practice your handles, like he's got one of the best handles in the league.
Yep.
People will argue, like, is it him? Is it Kyrie? Like, as much as I hate to say it, Kyrie's got some good handles, even though he's he's a nutcase though. Like, he's a fucking nut job in a handbag. But they have, dude, those guys can ball, and they have handles, and fuck.
Yeah, Kyrie's like one of the smoothest like players I've ever seen. Like the way he just like his drill, like he's like so smooth. Like if he wanted to be like dominant, he could, but he's like not that kind of player. But man, he's so smooth, so smooth. Great handle.
He's smooth. He's so smooth, but yet he's an absolute nut.
Oh yeah. Mentally, yeah, he's. Yeah, I mean, you got to know you're only going to get him for half the season.
Right. And so remember when the Nets signed Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge? Well, LaMarcus Aldridge retired midweek.
Yeah.
Because he had an irregular heartbeat and got scared and retired.
Yeah.
And he had a good career. He had a decent career.
Yep.
It's not Hall of Fame worthy or anything, but I do think Dame Lillard tweeted out, you need to retire his number. And that Portland should retire his number in Portland. He had that much of an impact on that city, and I think they should. Wish you the best. Wish you the best. He was a decent hand. He wasn't. I mean, he was never really dominant per se, but he was consistent. I think he averaged 19 and maybe 9 or 8 for his career. Hey man, that's a good career. So
he played like 13 years, something like that.
Yeah, 13 or 14 years, and great. Oh, and the Nets are at the Heat today at 3:30 on ESPN. Do you want to watch?
I do not.
Okay, perfect. that just flashed across the TV, so I had to get that in there. So. This is gonna probably ruffle some feathers, but that shooting in outskirts of Minneapolis last Sunday, where that police officer shot that black guy.
Oh yeah.
She thought it was
teaser.
Yeah. And look, I get people want to make a statement and stuff, but like when you're 2,000 miles away and it doesn't impact you at all, just play your sport and shut up.
Yeah, I never understand like I understand like if you cancel a game locally, I don't understand like why you cancel the game in Florida or whatever for I don't understand like what the like what right. What you're like what why I guess
right.
I don't
right
yeah
whatever
yeah
it's just all I can say is whatever happens in this trial, that officer that killed George Floyd, whatever verdict it is going to be a fucking mess for our country. So there's no one's going to win in this scenario.
Yeah.
If he's found guilty, if he's found not guilty, nobody wins because it's just going to be, people are going to be pissed either way.
Yeah.
And if he's not guilty, I don't see Minneapolis being a city anymore because they're going to fucking burn to the ground.
So,
and I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Like, they're going to be so pissed off and they're going to burn it to the ground.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw, I mean, in LA, like with the Rodney King verdict. I mean, it's
or even the OJ. Remember the OJ verdict when they found him not guilty? They were fucking going crazy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he didn't do it, but.
You remember when we were kids? They had that on. They had that on TV in our classrooms.
Oh
that verdict. Remember that?
Yeah, it was a huge deal. Yeah, I had previous to the murder, whatever that school year was. I can't remember if it was 6th or 7th grade or whatever I was in. I had done a report on O.J. Simpson.
Oh shit!
Like we had to pick like a famous person or a famous athlete, like something to do a report on, and he's who I picked. And then it was like, like 3 months later or whatever, this shit happened.
Well, yeah, because it was the summer of '94
Yeah.
when he killed them. Well,
Yeah.
allegedly, because they cut in. I'll never forget. It was the Rockets Knicks game 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And they did the live cut in of the Bronco driving down the LA freeway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, and I remember that, and I remember watching that in my house going, what is going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
So like, yeah. Yeah, and the funny thing about OJ is, OJ went to prison for stealing memorabilia and having illegal DirecTV. Like that is the absolute fucking way our judicial system works.
Yeah.
He gets away with killing 2 people, and he goes to jail for stealing memorabilia and having illegal DirecTV in his house.
Yeah, stealing his own memorabilia.
Yeah. not somebody else's, his own, and then he gets busted for having illegal DirecTV. It's the greatest thing in the world. Like,
but now he's on Twitter making fantasy football picks. So.
Yes. Oh wait, Jake Paul did hit him. Jake Paul got him good. Oh wow. Wow, Ben Askren, you're a piece of shit if you're gonna lose to that guy. But anyway.
See, I think Askren should enter the world of sports entertainment.
Oh, listen, Stephen A. Smith. See, this has to stop. Jake Paul is not some scrub. He's a pro now. Askren, even though he's a UFC fighter, is a grappler, not a boxer. So why was he even in the damn ring? From now on, Paul needs to fight an actual boxer. He's gonna hurt any non-boxer. Yeah. I'll fight you, Jake Paul. I don't care.
There it is. They're on the gun.
I'll fight you right now. Like, whatever.
Me and you in the poorhouse parking lot.
Oh, Lord knows I haven't fought in that fucking parking lot before.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice. No big deal. Actually, I think my wife's fought more in that parking lot than me. Because that bitch is crazy. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, this show has gone completely off the rails. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's all good. We're both, we're rocking on like, a combined less than 8 hours of sleep. So, that's okay.
Yeah. You leave the bowling alley at 1 a.m. and then you drive to Orrington and hang out until 4:15 in the morning.
And then drive
back to Herman.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw when we pulled into her friend's house in Orrington, there was 10 deer in her front yard.
No shit.
Yeah. We pull in and then like they just fucking scatter, and I was like, it was literally like 10 or 12 deer. It was
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we get them in my backyard. Besides, not that I'm coming home like too late, but ever. But it's like, pull in, see those fucking glowing eyes, and I don't know. It's kind of freaky at first, but
yeah, it scares you a little bit.
Yeah,
it's scary. All right. Have you bought any toys lately?
Now my Pac figure came. My AEW Pac figure came. I think that's the most recent.
Yep. John got me the Rock and Mankind figure, the 2-pack, and I got the that Savage, and he got me what else was it? And Mr. T.
Yeah.
Uncle Pop. That Savage he got me it's in neon green.
Yeah.
And it's a Walmart exclusive, and there's a pink one on their website that I should go get because it's the same thing, but it's in a different color.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. So
yeah. Which one's the more valuable one? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably the green one. I would assume.
Yeah, where it's an exclusive.
It's a Walmart exclusive, so I don't know. But yeah, that Rock and Mankind one's a Walmart exclusive too. That's from the Rumble 99.
Yeah. And
they got our Austin Rock one too, I think too. But I haven't bought that yet.
Yeah.
Update on my Cornette figures. He said on his podcast that people that bought the 2-pack or those are going out first. So I should be getting mine hopefully very soon.
Nice. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Did he end up putting any more back on his?
I don't. He no. I think that his website's closed still.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he says he sent out 200. He was trying to send out 200 a day or every other day. Go to the post office with 200 boxes. You imagine Jim Cornette walking into the post office in Brewer with 200 fucking boxes? You're fucking meltdown. They would fucking have a meltdown.
Oh yeah.
Because he goes to his own window now, has his own lady he deals with.
Yeah, and we have people that do that. That show up with tons of shit, and we just say, "Yeah, come around to the side door."
Yeah,
and they wheel them in, basically. So yeah, you can't bring that shit up to the.
Can you imagine? I sell my entire collection, and it's going to like 85,000 different people. I walk in the Brewer post office. Hey, you go! I got a fucking truckload of shit.
I'll be right back, and don't take my place in line. I'll be right back.
That's right. And I bring in truckloads of fucking.
Yeah.
They would have a fit.
Oh yeah.
That would be great. Maybe I should.
Yeah. No, don't sell anything yet.
No, I won't sell anything.
Yeah.
No, I won't. No, it's too much shit to sell anyway.
Yeah.
Wonder how much those original ECW figures are worth.
I don't know.
They've kind of turned yellow though.
I looked at after like the New Jack episode. I looked to see like what those were going for or whatever, but they weren't. I think that I could have got for under 50. So
yeah, I had the Noose New Jack.
Yeah.
I don't have the No Noose New Jack or whatever.
Yeah.
But those are so like looking back on those are so strange because they repainted a lot of those. And they fucked with. There's a Series 3 in the original orange packaging that, like, there's different, like New Jack's in like yellow.
Yeah.
Like it was so weird on how they did the color scheme. Like I think Tommy Dreamer was in a yellow ECW shirt with a red, I think. But yeah,
do you have the whole first series?
I have Series 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then I have the accessory with a chair, a garbage can, a ladder, a baseball bat, a barricade, and I think something else. Still in the package.
Man. What's the most valuable one, do you think?
Valuable figure that I have?
Well, of the ECW.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's I don't know, because Taz and Van Dam both got belts. So, because Taz was the ECW champ and Van Dam was a TV champ. So,
yeah.
The most valuable figure I have, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's either that Michaels with all the belts.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Punk one with the mask though, that one's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
The 3-pack of the one with the Rock and Roll Express or
Midnight. The 2-pack with Midnight.
Yeah.
I have a 3-pack of the Heartfelt Brett, Anvil, and Jimmy the Mouth of the South.
Yeah, those 3-packs are pretty the Arn and Tully one too.
Arn Tully and Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, and then that one's really good too.
And then I got Hogan, Beefcake, and Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
I have a 2-pack of Yoko and Bret Hart too.
Yeah.
That's a random one.
I've got the Brutus the Barber Beefcake with the jet ski.
No, not yet. We should make that figure actually.
Just make a Brutus the Barber Beefcake and just beat it in the face with the fucking hammer.
No, what we should do is make a 2-pack of Beefcake, the thing, and then Hogan with a black eye.
Marty Jannetty with a bag full of empties.
Kerry Von Erich with one leg.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going
with revolver grip hands and.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we We should fantasy make figures. Write down figures that don't exist that we'd like to see.
So the whole Von Erich clan with guns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's mean.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I still can't find the blackface Piper.
No, that's
His birthday was the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I still can't find that figure. Oh man.
Yeah. I'll shit if I ever see it. I should put it in like my save search.
Oh my god, we both should. And then fucking if we find it, be like, okay, we're gonna split this. I'll take the black side, you can take the white side.
Yeah.
Oh, this has gone completely off the rails.
That's okay.
What is this shit? Oh, who cares? What else? Oh, what do you want to do next week for a list? We should do a list next week.
Yeah. Let's do a list of 5 figures we'd like to see that haven't been made that we would.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
All right.
Like mine will all be like, fun, like the ones I've talked about. They're all gonna be shit like that.
All right, we'll do that.
All right.
That's gonna be a shit show in itself, but it's all right.
And if any of you watching this, if you guys have any ideas on things you'd like to see us do.
Oh, John gave me a couple.
Nice.
Top factions.
Yeah.
Favorite moments that we have personally.
Yeah.
We should best intercontinental
in wrestling or in life.
We should do both. We'll tie it in.
Yeah.
Life and wrestling. My 1 and 2 are pretty much sealed already. So
yeah, well, right. Yeah.
Because if they're not 1 and 2, then I'm gonna get all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck the birth of my daughter and marry my wife. My top is when I went to the ROH show in Boston and I got hit with a chair.
Meeting Legion of Doom at an oil fill station or oil change station.
Seeing CM Punk at Gold's Gym.
Yeah.
Talking to R-Truth outside of the airport smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. I think it was R-Truth.
It was.
Oh man.
It was like R-Truth, Matt Hardy, and somebody else.
Yeah. Where was that?
Outside of the hotel airport.
No shit.
When they flew in for the show in 2009.
Yeah. Man. I still have a Golden Truth t-shirt somewhere.
Shut up. You do not.
It was like one of those things, like WWE marked it down to like $5 or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll pay $5 for that shit. Cut the sleeves off it. I don't know.
I was trying to find my Raw is Jericho shirt, but I can't find it.
I got one.
I think I'm gonna buy it again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they did one of the, like, obviously before he left, they did another, like, they were doing like the vintage t-shirt look on, and they did a vintage one of that one. Like it's a softer style tee.
Yeah.
I ended up picking that one. I didn't have the original. I got one of the old hockey jerseys.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the Y2J, like Ranger color jerseys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have the yellow Hulk Hogan shirt somewhere.
Nice. The OG.
The OG one where it says Hulk rules on the front, and it's got the shit in the back. Yeah, I got that somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Well, my Hulk Hogan wrestling buddies in my closet too. So
yeah,
that was a killer commercial that I sent you.
That was fucking awesome. Man, I miss those old commercials.
I remember that commercial too.
Like, I do too. Yeah, I forgot about it. If you would have asked me about it, I wouldn't have been able to tell you anything that happened in the commercial. But once I saw it, I was like, "Holy fuck!" I remember. Yeah.
And those Hasbro commercials, those are gold still.
Yeah.
Like those are still gold. Like I remember the Toys R Us commercial where they had all the figures and Mean Gene was in front. They had all the Hasbros behind him, and he's walking in front of them and talking. And oh yeah, go to your local Toys R Us and buy all WWF merchandise. I'm just like, holy shit! Like you see the prices like $5 or whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, holy fuck. You know, if we would have known what we know now when we were kids, like, oh my god.
God. Well, that's if we could go back as adults with adult money and go back and yeah.
Man, we'd be the 40-year-old virgin all over again.
Oh yeah.
Or we'll be like that guy that they're gonna show tonight, going to his house. Because his collection is just like, you think I have a collection, then that show is gonna like blow me out of the water.
I'm so excited to see. That's gonna be so cool. Like I like all these wrestling all these shows about wrestling that are so much better than the actual wrestling shows right now.
Well, I made this argument the other day. I can't remember who I was talking to. I said the WWE network before it was on Peacock, the only thing that was interesting was the documentaries, the Chronicle stuff, the timeline stuff, the ruthless aggression stuff, and then all the old stuff from like 86 to like 92.
Yep.
And that was the greatest stuff. And like watching the old school stuff from like Madison Square Garden and the Spectrum, like watching all that stuff, that shit was great. Anything current fucking sucks, and I won't watch it.
Yeah. And Legends House.
And I remember when that debuted, man. I was all excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
If people didn't know that Roddy Piper was a nut, watch that show because that guy's nuts.
Yeah. And if you didn't think Tony Atlas was annoying, watch that show.
Or Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah. So.
Hillbilly Jim, man.
Yeah.
What a cast of nutbags. Like, for real.
Yeah.
I really wish they would have done Legends House 2 with Ric Flair. That would have been gold. Have Flair and Hogan for the Legends House series 2. That was a rumor too. They were going to do Hulk and Flair and a bunch of other people.
Christ. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That would have been the show. I mean, that would have actually been a Legends House, not a wrestler. So, or hey, fuck.
Well,
I mean Piper but still.
Piper Duggan.
Yeah.
Patterson.
Yeah.
Mean Gene. Jimmy Hart, Tony Atlas, Hillbilly Jim, and was that it?
Was Fink on it or?
Yeah, Fink was on it.
Yeah.
Man, half those guys are dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Did you see Duggan when he came to Bangor for that Comic-Con like years back?
No. I don't think so. No.
He did like a Q&A and he was talking about Legends. It was pretty cool. But
Duggan and Piper became fast friends.
Yeah. And everybody wanted to kill Tony.
Yeah. I still don't get how he got on that show.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't think he had a lot going on. So.
Is he still in Auburn?
Yep, as far as I know. Still doing his art. No.
Oh, yeah. Tony.
How
come he doesn't wrestle for Limitless? He should.
He's still doing spots for what's it called? The other local wrestling promotion that doesn't really exist anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Who knows? All right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap up on this. This is a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Hell of a show on No Sleep.
Yeah. Everybody got their money's worth today.
Yeah, considering it's free, so sure. We don't have ads. We don't have nothing. So all right. Well, we're gonna go. Next week we'll do the top 5 figures that we want to have. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, just
man. This is gonna be awful, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I've already thought of like 2 more.
I got 1, I think, right now.
Maybe we go 10. We'll see.
No, we're not doing 10. Fuck you, we're doing 10. I think I have my number 1 already. It's gonna be hilarious.
All right, good.
I just thought of it right now because I was like, oh, I was like, oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right, we're out. This is the weekly wrap with Vachon and Rapp. We're gonna go because we both need sleep, obviously. So,
Yeah. It's
all right,
time.
that's it. We're out of here. Goodbye.